Well, there's only so much that Lyle Foster could do in a situation like this. He's going off. Talente Bata of Orlando Pirates is coming on. Defensive midfielder. First change of the 5 in regulation for South Africa, and they had to make a change. They gave it a couple of minutes. It's unfortunate for Foster. That's the end of his game.
Yeah, probably a change they had to make. Foster with just the one header off target in the first half. Service wasn't particularly good for the striker, and you'll hope there's better to come in this tournament against Czechia and Korea Republic.
Jimenez, good support. He's made his way up to the far corner. Helped by Alvarado, and it's going to be another free kick in a great position. What a game Eric Lira is having. As pointed out by one of the other commentators at half-time, able to step into this Mexican setup because they're so used to playing alongside and against each other at club level nationally. There's not a lot of this Mexican squad who've gone abroad. A few key names, obviously.
Edson Alvarez, the former West Ham man on the bench, could play that role.
Lira won the CONCACAF Champions League, now retitled Champions Cup last year. And Mbakazi having a strong look at Joan Vasquez over the free kick. Gutierrez causing all sorts of trouble. Sending the set piece in short. Found the header. Reyes scrambled away. Mbakazi. The divine ponytail. Held by the man at the back, not the man at the front. I would almost imagine at any point. He's been around a long time, Gianni. Remember when he used to do the European Champions League draws? He conducted them. He was the secretary of UEFA for a long time, and then suddenly got promoted very quickly in UEFA and then FIFA.
Great to see Roberto Baggio was there. What a player he was. Check out some YouTube clips if you're not too familiar with him.
His first tournament was Euro 88. That was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Feels like it. It's absolutely sublime. Formerly, the world record transfer fee, it was €6 million. Bit of water under the bridge since then. Quinones, great curl, smart ball. It was a brilliant one laid on for Roberto Alvarado, who's having a brilliant game himself, the Chivas man.
Again, just about staying organised now for South Africa. One clean sheet in 10 World Cup matches in their history. Without a win in 5 going into this one.
Ikram Rain is very isolated up front right now, the Sundowns man. Out of necessity, unfortunately. I will say the one good thing for South Africa, 1-0 down, yes, but only 1-0. Half an hour to play.
You could say it's foolish, others would say it's brave, the way they're trying to play out from the back nearly every time. They want to make their mark, this team. The rugby team, the Springboks, winning the last 2 World Cups, 4 overall. The cricket team, the Proteas, finally making a breakthrough by winning the World Test Championship. What a story it would be if South Africa could make it through to the knockout stage of the World Cup for the first time. And Bafana winning a free kick now with Modiba fouled.
8 of the 12 third placers go into the knockout stages. Second change coming. Jaden Adams is coming off. Temba Swane of Mamelodi Sundowns is coming on. Second change. It's also the second slot they've used as well. Normally that would mean only one slot left. 55th cap for Swane, the 2020 Footballer of the Year and Player of the Year. PFA Player of the Year the following season, a 9-time league winner. Experience and lots of it, and they need it. And he has goals in him, 12 for Bafana in his previous 54 caps.
They got one against Nigeria in World Cup qualifying in Uyo. And a 1-1 draw on the road.
Scored 2 against Namibia in the run to the semi-finals of the AFCON a couple of years ago as well. That's the sort of thing they need. Raul Rangel hasn't had much touch of the ball in this game with Chivas of Guadalajara. League winner 3 years ago. He's their #1 keeper now, but Handy Tovachoa on the deck. That's a meaty challenge. Absolutely good and prosper on Madao.
Should be a yellow. It was very high.
He's got away without contact, I think. Much contact, Quinones. Mexico set to make their first change. Luis Chavez of Dinamo Moscow. It's been there a while, 3 years having come from Pachuca. Decent ball cut out by Mokoena, who was just overhit the cross ultimately. It flew beyond Madao, who'd arrived down the right-hand side. Bit of fresh thinking needed.
Tell you what, Mexico have not been all that impressive since going a man up. And South Africa do what Mexico did at Soccer City in Johannesburg 16 years ago. And nick a point. Jimenez getting frustrated. We saw him beckoning for the ball a couple of minutes ago. And the ball was at the feet of his keeper. That's another good sign for South Africa.
Well, now Gilberto Mora's going to come on as well for Mexico, as well as Luis Chavez. He's the 17-year-old who is a 16-year-old, won the Gold Cup, the youngest ever player to win an international football tournament. Away by Cesar Montes. There's 4 of the Mexican squad, by the way, who are sons of fathers who play for the national team as well. Who've played at a very high level. Given away. Quinones getting in the centre. Gutierrez trying to repay the compliment to get Guiado in.
Sabisi putting his hand up by way of apology there. Mudau helping him out, intercepting. That was a dangerous looking pass.
A few giveaways too many. Well, here are the changes now. Mora and Chavez coming on. And Gutierrez, who's been fabulous tonight. He and Alvaro Fidalgo are both coming off. Well, this is proper history. The youngest player of this World Cup is now on the pitch. Gilberto Mora, who was born in October 2008. 17 years, 240 days old, the youngest ever scorer in the Mexican top flight, youngest to ever play for Mexico. That was in the quarter-final of the Gold Cup. Not a trifling game a year ago. Had some importance to it, but they were confident. He's made his name well up in the north with Tijuana. It's quite a wild part of the world he's from. He has the wildness of youth, but he has the confidence of it as well. We'll certainly be seeing in this tournament what he's made of. He'll want to show everybody too. At the feet of Eric Lira. All of Sporty TV available on the Sporty TV app. Download it on Android, iOS, your smart TV as well. Canonya's way to the middle. Jimenez makes it two! He wanted it! And the new Wolf has blown South Africa's house down. Raul Jimenez makes it two. And the Mariachi men can play lustily. Mexico 2, Bafana 0.
Well, that would potentially kill it off. What a striker he's been over the years. 35 years of age now. Had that terrible head injury 5 years ago. So big moment for him, scoring at home in a World Cup, unmarked, trademark Jimenez goal. He's not going to miss from there, even with a keeper as good as Ronwen Williams in front of him. It's goal number 46, I believe, for his country. And it's perhaps his most important of all.
A brilliant header. His 47th goal in his 125th international appearance for Mexico. And right on the cooling break, Mexico go 2-0 up.
You can't cool these odds down. Use this break before they burn you.
A quick break on the pitch, and it's a reminder that at this level, the smallest details can make the biggest difference. And it's the same with betting. This time around with FlexiBet, getting almost everything
It was necessary from Apollos. He met it well. Alvarado down, but he got a lot of power behind it.
Yeah, it took a nick, I think, on the way through, which probably made it an easier save for Rangel. This a collision involving Zwane and Alvarado in the lead-up.
He's been fabulous as well, Roberto Alvarado. So creative down the right-hand side. He's never played outside of Mexico. Aptly named after a man in the crowd, Roberto Carlos. Armando Gonzalez, the Ant, La Hormiga, whose dad, Armando Sr., played for Toluca and Veracruz in the 90s and the noughties. Canone is getting this World Cup off to a flyer. VAR check here. Wilton Sampaio coming over. This will be interesting. We're looking at a possible red card. Oh dear. Oh, a little strike with the left hand. And down went Alvarado. That's why he crumpled to the deck. That's the last thing South Africa need if it comes to pass. VAR, Nicolas Cajo of Colombia. This could be big trouble.
After review, attacker number 11, commissarius for play, is arms directed the face the defender. Decision, direct free kick, red card.
And South Africa are down to 9. Zwane. It goes from bad to worse. Satole sent off 4 minutes into the second half, and Zwane, who is brought on to try and shore things up 23 minutes after coming on in the hour, he has been sent off, and South Africa are down to 9.
What a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare for South Africa and Zwane. They were in possession, they were on the attack. Their fans are looking pretty glum right now, down to 9. And of course those two players will have to serve a suspension as well. You might be looking at it thinking it's harsh, but any sort of strikeout like that these days, with video in operation, they really clamp down on it. It's going to be a tough final few minutes here for the men in yellow.
It's quite deflating for Bafana Bafana. Made contact with Alvarado. And that's the end of that. Suspended for next Thursday's match against the Czech Republic in Atlanta.
Well, again, that's the only thing that South African fans can hold on to here. Czechia, in theory, shouldn't be as difficult an opponent certainly the context. This great arena, 80,000 in it. The vast majority cheering on Mexico. Czechia, not the sort of team that will blow you away. They're stodgy and stubborn, and needed 2 penalty shootouts to reach the World Cup. But it does put the pressure on.
I just a thought about Tembazwane as well. He misses the game against the Czechs. If it's a one-match ban.
Yeah, it could be 2, couldn't it?
That's for the disciplinary committee of FIFA to decide, I'm afraid. He's went off for striking. It could be more than 1, unfortunately. Two goals down, 2 men down. And Hugo Broos will just be wondering how this could have happened. Mexico have had a lot of chances, but Bafana have held their own for a lot of the game. But now, here comes Vega. 4 minutes to go, just about everybody's back for South Africa here. Good ball in the box, chance for a turn. Mora pulled it back, Gonzalez couldn't get it away. Little foot from Luis Chavez. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on Gilberto Mora in this World Cup and for the final few minutes of this game.
Painful lesson.
Oh dear. Well, this is the view the referee had, and he couldn't have seen that too well. The motion was blocked, and if he was looking at the ball, as we were, and the final shot coming in from Apollos, that was the effort on target. A call to the attention by the VAR, Nicolas Gaggio of Colombia.
Well, they've just paid really dearly for their mistakes today. Actually started okay, but then Sitole losing the ball for the opening goal. I'm thinking, got to half-time at 1-0. Let's start the second half a little better. They gave up a chance straight away when Williams, the keeper, gave the ball away. And then 5 minutes in, Sitole had his red card.
Just got to concentrate on the Czechs and South Korea now. 2 minutes remaining, plus the additional time for the stoppage and VAR check.
Yeah, look, Broos is going to say things can't go much worse next time out, and he'll probably say as well, look, Leicester team sort of completely collapsed in that kind of atmosphere, only conceding 2. Given the odds were stacked against them. Actually had a couple of efforts on target in this second half as well. Got a lot to work on.
Hugo Broos and the assistant coach Helman Makalele, who was speaking at half-time about a few of the things that have gone wrong in the first half, but a lot more, I'm afraid, has gone wrong in the second. And there are implications for at least one more group game. Good ball out wide. I mean, Alvarado's had a fantastic match as well.
Yeah, you'd expect Mexico to get better as things go on as well. Korea Republic with Son Heung-min, the former Tottenham man. A star for them. They will be a very tough team to beat as well.
Well, Edson Alvarez was caught late. It's going to be a free kick. In Turkey these days with Fenerbahce on loan this season. West Ham relegated without him. His absence wasn't the only issue. 3 times Gold Cup winner. League winner twice with Ajax. 7 out of minutes at the Azteca, which you expect at this stage really should be lap of honour time for Mexico. I should say as well, by the way, I have a lot of Mexican colleagues. They were quite delighted that Mexico were coming out in their traditional green for the opening game of the World Cup. They played a lot of games lately in black, a changed kit, obviously for commercial reasons, but it's not gone down very well. Proper Aztec insignia as well on the shirt. Nod to tradition. Good one played forward. Armando Gonzalez out wide. Roberto Alvarado as well, who's been reveling in it. Israel Reyes, obviously in studio afterwards, will be getting very much a post-mortem. Shot by Alexis Vega. Good challenge, play on. Down went Luis Chavez. Mokoena. It's a good break near side. Mujao into the area. Brought down by Montes. He's reaching to the back pocket here. Is this going to be a red? It's reaching to the front now. It was a serious challenge, and that's a red card. This is an extraordinary opening World Cup game, and Mexico have lost their captain, Cesar Montes. Incredible. What a start to this World Cup. It was a great burst forward by Mujao, and he was absolutely bundled over by Cesar Montes. Wasn't near the ball, it was hefty, and for Wilson Sampaio, that was red.
Yeah, it was cynical. It was a crazy situation for the Mexican captain to get himself into. 2-0 up, opening day, everything's gone well. Didn't have to give the referee a decision to make there, but what about Kuliso Mudau? What a break from him. Former midfielder converted into the right back and wing back. Super burst forward. South Africa hoping to see a lot more of that from him in the next 2 games, but could they get a goal back here? It's 9 against 10. If it's 2-1 with 5 minutes or so to go.
And there'll be a bit added on. It's extraordinary that it got thrown into it. It was a brilliant break by Mujao. Now instructions to Mokoena here. Hugo Rosas had to say, well, whatever you might suspect about coaches and how well they're heard on the touchline, Hugo Rosas making sure his message came across there. Mokoena and Mbakazi are the two over it. There's still enough time.
Well, Mokoena has a great long-range hit in his locker. He's placed the ball.
Tabaho Mokoena pulled it back well, and Mbakazi charged down and knocked away. Best player of the match has been selected by you. That's Julian Quinones. All of Sporty TV available in the Sporty TV app. Download an Android, an iOS, and your smart TV. The only place to get all of Sporty TV in the go, including La Liga, Serie A, the Carabao Cup, the DFB Pokal, and the Saudi Pro League, where Quinones plays for Alcácer. He's top scorer with 33 goals.
I think if Modiba was still on the pitch, he would have been taking that free kick after his stunner in the African Champions League final. A real letdown, though. You got to get a shot on target, make Mexico nervous. Didn't work out at all, but it certainly did for the Sporty TV player of the match, Quinones, 29 years of age. Just his 3rd goal on his 23rd appearance, but he caused real problems throughout, hit the post, tried to lob the keeper at one point as well.
And in that situation there, you don't want to overhit it. Mujao was in a great spot, nobody around him. Something hit a bit tamer, and he's got an opening for a cross, an opening to strike in from the right-hand side. because the last time he burst through, it was pure panic in the Mexican defence. This match has been a lot to take in. We've only got 103 more to come.